Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kalaymo Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Halakakudash. A double honors to the elders, the apostles, of great millstone, GMS who do rule and teach well. Today, I'm going to get into some various topics and whatever. Go into some different scriptures and so on and so forth. Different matters, faith, truth, justice, righteousness. We're going to go into all of that. So, I'm thinking I might start off with Ecclesiastes 14 and 14 and work my way on down. Let's start off. So this is the book of, and once again, as you can see, I'm not bald. Okay, so whoever unsubscribed, if you unsubscribe because, you think I'm bald or that I was just going off or something like that, well, you're wrong. I'm not bald. I just have a low cut hair, I didn't feel like having a big ass afro no more. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to always do it every morning. So I was like, I get rid of it. It'll come back, So this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14. Second Esdras chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order, reprove thy people, comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Right? And this is what Archangel Uriel is telling Ezra, because Ezra was he was out there in Babylon with the rest, and he was basically like a leader to them. He was a priest, and he was basically watching over them and setting the people in order, and he was also a prophet. He was a prophet, priest, and also a scribe, because I think he wrote down part of it himself, but when you read down later on, they'll tell you that he got certain men with him, and he wrote down many books, and he ordered certain men to basically become the scribes. Alright. This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 14. Verse 14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, cut off now the weak nature. Alright, and that's what we gotta do. We gotta cast off the burdens of man, cut off that weak nature, become that new man. Alright? See if I can find this, because I went into a bunch of things. Forgive, the noise or whatever. We got a Ishmaelite over here that likes to bump this stuff. Surprisingly empty today, nobody want to be outside. That's what I'm looking for. Give me a second. How the hell did I get in Galatians? What the hell? Does this not have 2nd Corinthians in it? Oh, here it is. I didn't know 2nd Corinthians was so short. I forgot. It's a really small book. book.
Oh, gotcha.
Alright, so it's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 1. We can go into this. Blessed be God, even the Father of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, the Father of mercies and the God of all comfort. Exactly, and that's what it is. You know, the God of all comfort. And we're comforted by this truth, man. You know, knowing who we are, knowing that we're not, you know, just a bunch of niggas that came out of the bush, eating fucking bush meat, and that's our whole life. You know, we know that we were once a great and mighty people, and now we will become a great and mighty people once again. Now we're still great and mighty, you know, in our own right now. You know, Eli's coming out and bringing out these precepts. You know, we have a form of mightiness and a form of greatness, and you know, a form of honor in this. You know, the scriptures even tell us that, you know, we will get great fame. You know, the Lord will make us famous. You know, which doesn't mean that like actual fame. I mean, we are famous in that regard too, on a positive level amongst like the body. Certain of us, you know, grow to, you know, great fame, and, you know, brothers will post something, it'll get like 1,000 clicks. Not saying all those guys are righteous, you know. I'm certain that you know, you probably got a bunch of bug outs watching that too. But you know, you can see it for yourself. You see like hundreds of comments come down on a video, and it's just brothers from the different camps, you know, just dropping out the precepts, you know. And you got brothers like me who like to watch, you know. Okay, not like that, man. Get your mind out of the gutter. But I like to watch the videos. Like, I don't comment or anything, but I like to watch the videos, you know. And I just think of precepts in my head and things like that, you know. And you know, I'll just you know, play a video and I'll watch it for a little bit. You know, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling kind of tired or whatever. You know, I feel better, man. You know, that's all we do. We comfort each other, man, through the scriptures. You know, you get that too, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 5. For as the suffering of Christ abounded in us, so our consolation also abounded by Christ, by Yahushua Mashiach, right? And you know, consolation means let's see if we can look at what it says. You know, comfort. You know, you get a consolation prize, or, you know, this means you give someone something to kind of like calm them down, to relax them or whatever. You know, our consolation is going to be that kingdom. You know, that's ultimately what it is. You know, the kingdom is here right now. You know, the kingdom is here. You know, we you know, we're like forming that spiritual temple. You know, we're the bricks that come together. You know, and our Messiah was that corner that the builders refused. And you can read about that in Psalm 118 and 22. And Zechariah, well, at least according to these scholars, the way they break it down, I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen an elder or brother break down Zechariah 3, besides like the part about, like, you know, Joshua the high priest and high priest Ariah. You know, I haven't heard anyone else really go into it, but they talk about the stone that has 7 eyes, you know, and that stone represents our Messiah, represents Yahushua, you know. So it's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, chapter 1, verse 6. And whether we be afflicted, is your consolation and salvation, which is affection and enduring the same sufferings, which you also suffer, and whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation. And a hope of you is steadfast, knowing that you are as particular of the suffering, so shall you be also of the consolation. Right? Like it talks about in 2nd Esdras, you know, either the 5th or the 6th chapter, maybe even the 7th, you know, about the narrow path. On the one hand, you got the deep water, and on the other side, you got the you know, fire. You know, that he says, you know, how can one receive the city and receive us on the other side, unless they you know, firstly, you know, start to walk that path. You know, so how are you supposed to get the kingdom and you don't do the work? You know, how are you supposed to get the scripture even says, I think it's even still in that same chapter, for the full are full things and for the empty are empty things. So in other words, you know, if you're out here and you're working and you're putting out, you know, this truth, you know, you're making your videos, you're camping, you know, you're doing whatever you got to do, you know, to your ability, you know, then you're doing the work, man. Then you receive what you're gonna get. Of course, if you're chosen, you know, you can't make yourself saved. You can't save yourself. You have to be chosen for it. There's no, you know, like, you know, I mean, this isn't some sort of fan club, man. You know, you got to actually work. You know. So we can go and continue reading. 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. You know, now when you go into like the New Testament, you get that word fleshly. You know, put off the carnal mind, the fleshly mind. That word in the Greek is sarx, and sarx basically means the you know, the carnal, bestial nature of man. You know, apart from divine influence. You know, which is pretty much the ways of the people in the world. You know, and you can see this in the people's actions. You know, the stuff that they do. You know, what do the people do? You know, that are outside this truth. You know, they do orgies, they do all kinds of weird stuff. I've heard stories about in college and stuff like that. I've only heard stuff. I haven't seen nothing. I wasn't, you know, tapped in like that. I wasn't like, you know what I mean, going to no goddamn parties and like, you know, going there and like seeing what's up. You know, I wasn't that into it. Even before I came in the truth, you know, I wasn't into that. I've always been kind of like reserved and to myself. I was never really, you know, into a whole bunch of parties and, you know, shit like that, you know. But, you know, it's a joy to be around brothers, or to like, you know, speak to brothers, or if a brother, you know, contacts you or something or whatever. And, you know, it's a joy. It's a joy, man. You know. You know what I mean? The righteous, sincere, not just, you know, wicked dudes, you know, got nothing better to do. You know, they're just out there because they don't got nothing to do on a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever. Alright, so it's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, and so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. For the truth is fled far away, the leasing is hard at hand. For now, the vision to come which thou hast seen. And leasing is pretty much, you know, like wickedness, essentially, like falsehoods and lies and stuff like that. You know, and that's what's taken over the world. You know, darkness, wickedness, evil. All right. So we can go into another precept here. We can go into Isaiah 24 and work our way down. So Isaiah 24, Isaiah 29. So I think it's Isaiah 29. Covenant definitely. Yeah, I could go into this. Isaiah 29. Actually, no. I'm gonna get something else instead. One that I always love to bring out. This is, you know, one of my favorites. So this is the book of Isaiah. We're going to get to Isaiah chapter 60, to be honest. Alright, so this is the book of Isaiah chapter 60. What was that? Oh yeah, Shafa the 12. Hey, Shalom, Mark. Ya Bashim Yashai Brakatah. Shalom, Shalom. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for the light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee, right? And that glory of the Lord, that light, is the truth. You know, like Yahushua said, you know, you are the light of the world, man. You know, you're that, you know, see on the hill that cannot be hid. You know, and this light is this truth. You know, remember when we were given the whole breakdown of Revelation, you know, how, you know, Yahushua will give us the morning star, you know, that represents, you know, the truth, that represents, you know, ultimate wisdom, you know, which we have, you know, wisdom on this side. We've been given knowledge and, you know, the spirit, but we'll get the full ultimate knowledge in the kingdom. You know, there's certain things that, you know, we're not gonna be able to understand or break down on this side. Like, just thinking off the top of my head, I know the seven thunders in Revelation. I don't think we have a breakdown for that yet, you know, or even something like Zechariah, the 3rd chapter. You know, we don't know when High Priest Ariah is gonna, you know, come back. You know, I can't say exactly the date. I can't tell you if it's gonna be next week or the week after that. You know, and you know, stuff like that. There's certain things that are gonna be revealed to us, you know, in time. I'm not saying that's gonna be revealed to us in the kingdom. We're gonna see those things. I truly believe that, you know, Zechariah, the 3rd chapter, is talking about High Priest Ariah, that he will, you know, come back into the fold, you know. But you know what I mean, you know. There's that. Philippians chapter 2 verse 14. Do all those things, do all things without murmurings and disputings, that you may be blameless and harmless and sons of the Most High, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among, I'm gonna wait for you okay, there you go. Among whom you shine as lights in the world. Hey, the water, brother, the water. Absolutely. You know? Exactly. So, yeah, do all things without, you know, murmurs and disputings. Hey, that speaks for itself. You know, midst of a crooked and perverse nation. Yeah, like the scriptures talk about, you know, how people have surpassed the deeds of the wicked. You know, to do good, they're not able. You know, they, you know, declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. You know, our people are all the way gone. And exactly as you brought out, you know, we shine as a light to the world. You know, we're supposed to, you know, carry this truth, carry this light. You know, and you can feel it. You know, the people out here, they know that there's something different about us. That's why whenever they walk by, they always gawk at you, like, you know what I mean, like they seeing like a, you know what I mean, like they seeing something, like I don't know, it's like they seeing something different about you, you know. Philippians 2 and 16, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have run not in vain, neither labored in vain. Exactly. That's what Apostle Paul always brought that out, you know. You know, you gotta strive lawfully. You know, he always brought out those analogies to sports and things like that, that, you know, you gotta fight for this truth, you gotta strive for it, man. You gotta compete. You know, and I believe when you go into that word lawfully, it's it goes back to the like the ancient Greeks, like even back in the time of Japheth, they had like a coach, not like a coach, but like a referee, you know, and they would check, you know, the athletes, you know, make sure that they weren't cheating or whatever. And if you were like cheating, or if you broke the rules in like the ancient Greek games, they would, you know, you would get fined, and they would bar you from competing ever again. You know, which is, you know, similar to what you got in the Olympics. Like if you get popped for steroids, you know, it's over for you, right? Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are which testify of me. Absolutely, John 5 and 39. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are which testify of me. Absolutely, the scriptures are all Yahweh Shai, and that's what we carry out on these highways and hedges. You know, we can go ahead and let's see if I can find this one. If I can find, because you know, these people, they always go into like John 3 and 16, and they only read like one part of it. They don't, you know, they fail to see how this, you know, whole chapters and chapters before that, you know, they don't check all of it. They only bring out the one verse. Let me see if I can go ahead and get this. I gotta use the table of contents. I don't want to spend too much time using technology. I want to, get my memory up. Abbreviations. You gotta have a table of contents, man. Perfect. Let's see. 1364. I'm gonna come back to Isaiah 60. So this is the book of John. Hey, that's the spirit. I'm right to it. So this is the book of John chapter 3, verse 14. John chapter 3, verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. And that's what we do on the highways and byways. We're lifting up, Yahushai, and we're bringing Yahushai, to our people, and bringing out these scriptures and carrying that light, that wisdom, that word, to the elect. And then we're telling the heathen, because, you're not supposed to like deal with the heathen in terms of like tell you, oh, you're going to get saved, but you're supposed to tell the heathen their judgment. So really, we're out here, we're telling everyone, man, like, if you're Israelite, hey, get yourself together and get right. But if you're heathen, prepare yourself for destruction and ultimately hardcore slavery. That isn't going to end. Right? It's not going to be no like, all right, we're tired, we're going to let y'all go, and y'all could be cool now and whatever. No, y'all always going to be under us. We're not going to be made equal. Verse 15, that whosoever believeth to him shall not perish but have eternal life. Exactly, which is going to come in the kingdom. Like we always go into, I think it's 1 Corinthians 15. For this corruptible must put on incorruptible. Flesh and blood shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. You're not going to, like our fleshly and blood bodies, because you got to go into, it's a kind of a lot. I don't really want to go all the way into it, but you can read 2nd Esdras, the 4th chapter. It goes into how the grain of evil seed was sown in, pretty much in Adam and the Adamites after the fall. And that grain of evil seed has only grown within our people, and that's the sin. What's that? Numbers 21:6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died. Absolutely. Therefore the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, we have spoken against the Lord and against thee, praying to the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. Yeah, and we know that word for fiery, you probably got people out there that don't go into words, and they think that fiery is actually like fiery, like the serpents were on fire. Just bringing that out there. Fiery just means venom, which, us brothers out here, we already know that, right? It's here, and Moses prayed for the people, Numbers 21:8. And the Lord said to Moses, make thee a fiery serpent and set it upon the pole. It shall come to pass that everyone which is bitten, when he looketh upon it, shall live. Absolutely. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole, and it came to pass, if a serpent had bit any man, when he had beholden the serpent of brass, he lived. Absolutely. And that whole thing, there's a scripture that goes into that too, in Wisdom of Solomon, that talks about it. How it wasn't the serpent, how it wasn't the brass and serpent that saved the people. It was the faith. All right, it was the faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It's not the serpent. It wasn't just looking at it that saved them. It was the faith that saved them. Right, Numbers 21:10, and the children of Israel set forward and pitched an Oboth. Exactly. And as we always bring out, like you brought out earlier, with that was it John 5:38. These scriptures, they're about Yahushua, man. These things that you read about, it's all about him. It's all about him. He's the word. Like it says in John 1:1 on down. It's all about him. And he even said it himself. Scriptures testify of me. This day have the scriptures. Has prophecy been fulfilled? And he was talking about Yahushua, how he was reading, in the synagogue on the Sabbath. I believe it was during the Sabbath day. Which was stuff that we always did. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2, right? For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Exactly, and that's what the world was. The world was covered in much darkness, you know. The whole world was you know, with the absence of light, or with the absence of that wisdom, of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. But, you know, starting with the elder Abba Bivens, I believe that's his title, Elder Abba Bivens, or maybe I've been High Priest Abba Bivens, I don't quite know, but I would say Elder Abba Bivens. You know, with him coming out, you know, and telling our people who they really were, telling them that they were Israelites, and, you know, us having the old school and things like that. You know, that was the beginning of it. You know, light being seen on earth. You know, and now, you know, us out here, us great millstone and affiliated brothers, you know, that are sincere. You know, we're the ones carrying that light. You know, we're that. You know, we're making that stand out there. You know, Psalm 40:7. And then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book is written of me. Yeah, the water, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, that the whole book is about Yahushua. The whole thing, you know, and that's what we out there carrying. We're carrying that light, which is Yahushua. You know, in this world of darkness and wickedness, you know, we're carrying out that truth. That knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Slakia, that was a kind of a loud snort. So, you know, nose gets kind of stuffy when you're out here. Yeah, it is Isaiah 24. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the hardy people of the earth do languish. Exactly, you know. That word for hardy is proud, you know, the rich, you know. Now, I believe when you go into, like in history, they say this is going to like Judah and stuff before Babylon, but it's really prophecy. Yeah. It's really prophecy. It's really prophecy. Because you read on down, the earth is broken down and it shall reel to, it's not broken down, but shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. That's going to when the missiles hit, the earth is going to be, you know, bouncing all around, man. It's going to be shaken. You know, that's what's going to happen when the missiles hit. You know, people are going to get, you know, jacked up. Good riddance. I'm tired of having to deal with people every day at work, you know, but that's going to come on down. Right? Verse 5, the earth also is defiled and inhabitants thereof because they transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Exactly, and that's what happened. The whole earth was under that wicked vibration for a very long time, the whole earth. You know, they broken the laws, changed the ordinances, you know, broken the everlasting covenant. You know, now the covenant is really, you know, made for us. You know, obviously, you know, for the children of Israel. It was literally given to the children of Israel in like the desert, you know, and in Israel, you know, to our forefathers in the desert, you know, in the land that they call now the Middle East, you know, and it was given to them. If the Most High wanted, you know, this thing and the covenants to be for all the nations, then he would have brought all the nations with him. You know, but there's a clear distinction. If you know, everyone was meant to be a part of the covenant, why didn't the Lord have Pharaoh come with Moses? Why didn't the Lord have Pharaoh and the Egyptians come with Moses then? If everyone's supposed to be saved, you know, it doesn't add up, right? Let's go on down. Right?
No, I didn't mean those rope of power.
This is the book of Isaiah 24 and 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the earth Yeah. Actually, no, we don't need to really go into that, right? Because I mean, that one's, yeah, we'll go into it anyway. Therefore, have the curse devour the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore, the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men are left, right? ICBMs, obviously. New wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sign, the mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice, and the joy of the harp ceaseth. They should not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Exactly, and let's go on to right now, man. You know, what people do, you know, for fun, it's not the same. You know, the earth is broken down. You know, there's no, you know, people may have like certain little hobbies and whatever, things they do for fun. But in these latter days, Lord has been, oh, no, you're not put up the Bible on the ground. No. Let me put this in my bag first. Yeah, I remember I learned from an elder brother in GMS. He told me, never let your Bible touch the ground. Never let the Bible touch the ground. You're not supposed to. It's a holy book. It doesn't belong on the ground. You know, always put it, you know, on something. You know, if you have like a book bag, you can lay it on your book bag. You know, but never let the holy book touch the ground. It's the holy book. You know. Now even, you know, Muslims, they don't let the Quran hit the ground. You know, they don't like that. Let's see here. I want to see how much battery you have, but I don't know. You don't need it. Go up there. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 24. 10, the city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. Yeah, and that's what happened, man. The city of confusion is here in Babylon the Great, man, America, you know, everywhere is confusion, you know, but that main place where that confusion is going down is here in America, you know, and you can tell this is the case because think about it, you know, all the men in America, what's going on nowadays in America, this whole passport bros movement, you know, which that isn't going to help you, that isn't going to save you. It's not really going to do shit for you because, I mean, if you're a Jake, them curses going to follow your ass, man, you know, one way or another, because all these nations are racist. You may go to, like, Thailand, they may treat you nice, but, you know, eventually you're going to run into someone and they're going to call you the N-word. I'm just gonna say it out there like that, man, because these other nations are straight up racist. Oh, racist, no, race really, nationalities, but you know what I mean. They're colorist. They don't like you if you dark, you know, and that's how these little nations roll down. If you brown, if you black, they don't fuck with you. They hate you, man. You know. If you're black and you ain't, you know, barely black, I mean like pale black, they want nothing to do with you, man. They that racist. And I know I've been around these other nations for years, you know, college and stuff like that. You know, they're all racist. They all hate you, man. You know, the Indian man hates you, Japanese, Chinese, they all hate you. They may like some of your music and shit, but that's about it. They don't fuck with you at all, man. The majority of them don't fuck with you at all, man. You know, and they be calling you nigga, you know, behind your back too. You know, they be saying shit like that. They join right up with Esau. You know? Cause that's what Esau does, you know. Like it says, let favor be shown to the wicked, he would not learn righteousness, man. Esau, he just ain't right, man. In his soul, he just ain't right. You know, he basically, you know, what's the right term? He mobilizes these other nations against you, Jake. That's what Esau basically does. He'll mobilize these other nations against Jake. Hell, he'll even mobilize like you know, foreigners, man, like Italians, Scottish, Irish. You know, some of those guys are our people. But Esau will over the years, he basically, you know, got those guys and allowed them into the fold. And then now they've become like the foot soldiers against us. You know, not every single Israelite foreigner. I'm not saying every single one, but and then I'm not saying every single Irish, Italian, and Scottish is the Israelite foreigner either. That's fucking ridiculous. Because some of them are straight up Edomites, you can tell. So now I want to go into a piece of history that I found that I would like to oh man, my fingers are so cold. Oh my god, oh my god, it's cold as fuck. But we got work to do, so we don't get it in, you know. You want to know what's the first step, man? You want to get in this thing, man. You can't be afraid, man. You can't be having that weak nature like we went into earlier in the lesson. That 2 Esdras 14. You can't be having no weak ass nature about you, man. You gotta be, you know, like a man, you know, like I said in Job. Josiah, you know, deal with Job, you know. You gotta gird up thy loins like a man. You gotta show yourself manfully. You can't be, you know, weak. You know, like, oh, I don't want to go out there. It's too cold. You know, like, you know, but that just shows how hypocritical you guys are, because, you know, most of you guys out there in Israel, I'm saying, you know, us as a whole, you know, for the most part, man, I mean, I'm just assuming, but I mean, for the most part, all of us probably work like manual labor or blue collar jobs. You go to work when it's cold, right? All right, well, it's the same thing here. You know, you go to your job where you're miserable, or you have to work under some, you know, goofy ass Edomite for, you know, to pay your bills. You'll come out there, it's fucking snow, sleet, hail, fucking subway is flooded. You still come to get your ass out there, but you won't come out here and get this truth when it's just a little cold. And I'm not saying that you have to go out there when it's like, you know, really bad, but, you know, you just gotta go out there, you know. So this is what I found recently. Yeah, so this is wikipedia.org. This is Fiscus Judaicus, right? Or the Fiscus Judaicus or Judaicus, right? But there was no J's back then, so it's Judaicus, you know, Latin for Jewish tax. The tax imposed on Jews in the Roman Empire after the destruction of Jerusalem and its temple in 70 AD. The revenues were directed to the temple of Jupiter Optimus Maximus in Rome. The tax improved Rome's finances and also works as a deterrent against proselytizing. What proselytizing pretty much means, you know, when you make someone a proselyte, it means you want to like bring them into the fold of what you believe in. You know, like we proselytize out here in this truth. You know, we come out here for the express purpose of getting new members. You know, we don't, well, not just getting new members, but finding, you know, the elect of our people who are out here, you know, not just trying to pull anyone and trying to bring anyone into the truth. You know, be skeptical of new guys that come in. You know, you gotta try the spirits. You know, this ain't no fan club. That's why I said, you know, to you guys out there, say, you know, if you want to go by GMS camp, you know, and you want to go learn, just learn. You know, don't go up there, you know, say, hey man, so can I join? Hey man, can I join? Like, no man, just don't worry about that. Just sit there and learn. Just watch for now. You know, in the scriptures, and you know, they'll talk to you and deal with you, and then let that be that. You know, don't be on some like we're some sort of after school special club. We're not. So let's see here. The tax improved Rome's finances and also worked as a deterrent against proselytizing, right? And we know the whole famous image with the Archetytus, when they basically dragged away the table of the Most High's presence. I can't remember the name. Or it's the table of the shewbread, but they dragged away that. They dragged away the temple menorah, and they dragged it off, and that's what you see on the Archetytus, and that was pretty much made to taunt us, to make fun of us, And then you also have that same Archetytus, that whole thing. They make fun of us again, being put out here in what was it? Where is it, man? Where is it? It's like Central. Is it Central Parkway, or where is it in Brooklyn, man? You can see it here in Brooklyn. It's right next to, I think it's like the Brooklyn Central Library. I haven't been there in years. I used to go there all the time when I was in high school, but it's around there. If you go over there, you'll see like a grassy field or whatever, and you'll see like that big old arch. But they have a lot of those arcs anywhere. But that goes into like Revelation 17, the beast that was. It is. America is the reincarnation. It's pretty much Rome reborn, Rome regenerated, if you will. Regeneratiato, how do you say it in Latin? So I'm going to get to 2nd Esdras 11, 12. More so 2nd Esdras chapter 11. Because we got to talk about the Roman Empire, The Roman Empire is very important to get into. I guess we could also go into certain parts of Matthew 24 as well, and not the basic part, like Matthew 24 is way more than just 8 through 12. You got the whole rest of the book, the whole rest of the chapter. So go into it. It's helpful. Whatever you got to do to make your point. So and that's not really telling that to you guys, because you brothers out there, you guys be going to different things. But these other camps, that's all they'll go into. You gotta grow. So we're gonna be getting into 2nd Esdras 11, because we're gonna be talking about the Fiscus Judaicus. I think we're just gonna start at the top. So 2nd Esdras 11 and 1. Then saw I a dream, and behold, there came up from the sea an eagle, which had 12 feathered wings and 3 heads. Alright, now we know that the 12 feathered wings are these 12 Caesars. If you go down from, was it Caesar, Octavian, Julius Augustus. I'm not gonna look yet. Then it was Tiberius. Then it was Caligula. And then after Caligula, I think you had Nero. Then you had Claudius. And after Claudius, you had who came after Claudius, man? Fuck, I forgot. Maybe it was Otho, Galba, Otto, and those guys. But let's try again. So Julius Caesar, Augustus, Augustus, right? And you had Tiberius, who he was, out of his goddamn mind when you go into it. Tiberius was bugged way the hell out. Caligula was also bugged out. They say that Caligula killed killed Tiberius. Nero, right? Claudius. Then he had Nero. No, I got it wrong. It was Claudius, then Nero. Burned Rome and blamed it on the Christians. Galba, Otho, Vitellius, Vespasian, Titus, Domitian. You know, and them three heads is that first triumvirate. You know, Julius Caesar, Crassus, Pompey. Which I forgot to break that down. And I saw, and behold, she spread her wings over all the earth, and all the winds of the air blew on her, and were gathered together. And that's what Rome did. They conquered the whole, well, pretty much the whole known world in that time. You know, they had a great influence. The only place where I don't think Rome really touched was like Parthia. I believe was it Crassus or Pompey that tried to conquer Parthia, and those Persian kings, they were not with that bullshit at all. Like, I think they say they poured molten hot gold down his throat, basically to mock him, because like, oh, you came to our land seeking gold. All right, well, here's your gold. We're gonna pour this molten gold down your throat. So now here you go. You get to have this gold, since you came down here seeking the death of our people for our items. You know. And I beheld out of it there grew other contrary feathers, but it became little feathers and small. Right? Each feather represents Caesar, minus Caesar's a part of the 12. Not all of them were known. Like, you know, Galba, Otho, and Vitellius. Those weren't major Caesars. But our heads were at rest. Head in the midst was greater than the other, yet it rested with the residue. You know? See what that one is. Yep. First triumvirate. Yeah, well, that was what that one was. Julius was the greatest one. Yep. And he still died. And yet rested with the residue. Because even though he was greater than the rest, he still died at the end of the day. You know. He correct, I can't remember what happened to Pompey. I think Pompey may have been killed by Julius Caesar or something. I think it was Crassus who got killed fighting a war, and I think Pompey may have gotten killed by Julius Caesar or one of his leaders or something. I can't remember. That behold, the eagle flew with the feathers and rained upon earth, and over them that dwelt therein. And that's what happened, man. The Roman Empire had rule over the known world. You know? And I saw that all things in the heaven were subject unto her, and no man spoke against her, no, not one creature on earth. Exactly. And that's what happened. You know, they put, you know, the people that they had over them, they had a great empire, and the Romans, you know, taxed them, and the people, you know, weren't able to stand against them. You know, like, we're going to get into the first Roman-Jewish war. They weren't able to turn against them. They weren't able to fight back. You know, the Caries, they fought and they died. They lost. You know. There's a certain verse I want to come on here. Yeah, so this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 11, verse 32. But this head, right, put the whole earth in fear, right, going to Vespasian, Titus, and then Domitian. Put the whole earth in fear and bear rule over it, in it, over all those that dwell upon the earth with much oppression. And it had the governance of the world much more than all the wings that have been, right? Vespasian started to oppress the Israelites with the intent to destroy Israel. 66 to 70 AD, siege of Jerusalem, rages received the Lord on it. Right? And in that time, Rome had gotten more territory. You know, because Vespasian came back after those the year of the three Caesars. You know, was it Galba, Otho, and Vitellius? You know, so that's what went down. This is what we're reading. You know, he governed and bear rule over all those dwelt upon earth with much oppression. This is what he was doing. He was oppressing us. You know, and as we're going to get into, this whole thing was really an attempt. It was really an insult to us. Right? So back into this Wikipedia.org article on the Fiscus Judaicus. The tax was initially posed by Roman Emperor Vespasian as one of the measures against Jews as a result of the First Roman and Jewish War of the First Jewish Revolt, AD 66 to 73. The tax was imposed on all Jews throughout the empire, not just on those who took part in the revolt against Rome. The tax was opposed to the destruction of the Second Temple in AD 70, right, which he ordered the whole thing to be destroyed. You know, but I believe they say that he actually mourned the destruction of Herod's temple. He didn't want to destroy it because, you know, it was beautiful. You know, Herod put a lot of money into it. I'm not saying that Herod was righteous, but you know, was you know, Edomites recognizing other Edomites. That's all it was. You know. Nothing crazy about it, you know. And the tax supposed to destruct the Second Temple in 87 replaced the levy or tithe paid by Jews towards the upkeep of the temple. The amount was 2 denarii, equivalent to that 1/2 of a shekel that observant Jews had paid previously paid for the upkeep of the temple of Jerusalem, right? Which had the temple coin. And that was a problem with the whole money changers and things like that, you know? And that temple coin wasn't even our own stuff. That stuff was, I think it was Tyrian. It was a Tyrian shekel. And it had even like heathen iconography on it. So it really shouldn't even been using that to begin with. You know? We used to use like silver and stuff like that. Like metal. The tax to go instead to the temple of Capitoline Jupiter. How's it going, brother?
We the 12 tribes of Israel, but look at black people. Black people are messed up.
Yeah, it's true.
They are done.
Yeah, our people are
killing each other. They robbing each other.
They're at the bottom.
They don't care.
It's all of us, man. Native Americans.
It is crazy.
Hispanics. Yeah.
What's wrong with us?
Hey, you know, that goes into, are you familiar with the scriptures?
You know, and the white
28?
people, they manipulated them. They tricked them.
Oh yeah, they did.
Fooled black people, man.
Yeah, remember that whole thing? The feminist movement that came out of the CIA.
Man, you don't see these black gay men on the thing.
Yeah, man.
Man, I ain't never seen anything like this in my life, man.
Yeah, our people are gone, man.
We are done.
Yeah.
Black women selling out with white men.
Yeah. I mean, it's at the point now.
It is crazy, brother. It's crazy.
And the child support, look what they be doing to us. Even when we do get with black women, they screw us over in the end, you know? They act all nice.
This place is done. This is definitely going to be destroyed.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And all these Edomites, like you said, they think people don't know who they are, and we know, right? But the thing about it, a lot of black people don't know who these people are.
Exactly. Exactly, you know?
They don't know.
And you know, like the scripture says, you know, like they're oh man, I gotta go get it for you, man.
It's deep, man. It's deep.
Yeah, it's deep. Like even from like their souls, man, they're wicked, man. They're wicked from the inside out. You know, they always chase against us.
You're not into robbing. You're not a pervert. You're not into drugs. You're not robbing. And people look at you like you're crazy.
Absolutely.
That's another thing they got going on.
Yeah, I've been.
You're a bad guy. You're a bad guy.
You're wicked. You're evil. And
you're a good guy, but they're looking at you like you're a bad guy.
Absolutely.
This is how white people get down.
Absolutely. You know, that's the way they look at us. You know, and the thing is that they really.
And they're the one. They're the problem.
Yeah, they're the problem. But it's like they basically look at us like we're a threat. Mm-hmm. You know, like. With them, remember, like, you can even go back into it, like, back in the times, like, segregation, Jim Crow, they would, like, cut off.
Yeah, I know.
They have them to this day.
They did so many things to us.
They did so many brutal stuff, like lynching us, hanging us from trees.
Well, they're even doing something to you now.
And,
look what they're bringing over here, all these other nations, all these other people. And all the other people they bringing over here.
I gotta show you the sign too, man.
It's gonna be a civil war in this place.
Absolutely.
Civil war is coming. It's coming, man.
Hey, check this out, man. This is the true image of Christ.
God, yeah.
He's a black man, man.
Yeah, I
See,
know.
you know, man.
I know the deal, man. I know the deal.
Yeah, they even changed the image of the Messiah, man. They made him seem like he was some, white gay
And a lot
man
of black
with long
people
hair.
still believing in that too.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
They still have not waken up. You go in there, they got these white Jesus on
the churches.
They ain't gonna
The church, absolutely, man.
They ain't gonna never wake up, brother.
Hey, man,
they gotta be put to death. They do.
But what camp do you be watching, brother?
I watch all of the Israelites.
Oh, nah, man. Like it says in the scriptures, two men can't walk together unless they be agreed.
Oh, you mean a lot of those guys are not?
Nah, a lot of them guys are sellouts, man.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Nate from IUIC is a cop, man. I'm telling you. You can't. Don't watch him, man.
You telling me this?
I'm telling you, man. These guys, they're not gonna tell you the real. You gotta stick.
Oh, look. See that's why I be watching. I sit back and I listen and I look. Yeah. And I'm you got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Wow.
But you gotta watch them. Like you see guys like me, like you ever hear.
So a lot of them guys from LA that be on there talking, they not real.
Nah.
What do you mean?
But because there's certain things. Let me break it down to you, right? So you know about the mark of the beast, right? All these camps will say that the mark of the beast is sin, it's this, it's that, but what it really is the microchip. Like the elites, they want to push out this microchip and put it inside your body. Remember during the pandemic, they even showed you this, like in Denmark.
Well, they say the phone is the microchip.
That's wrong, man. The microchip got to go under your skin.
Gotta go under your skin,
right? So it got to go in your right hand, your forehead. You see, within these camps, there's such a big conundrum with this.
So a lot of those Israelite guys are fake.
Yeah, like IUIC, man.
Yeah, those are the ones who wear the shirts and all of that.
The shirts, yeah, them guys ain't right, man. Now this song,
I be listening to them, man.
And they don't even break down the scriptures.
They be saying a lot of things about black people are wrong, but they right about that.
They right about that. I'll give them credit.
But they're wrong about a lot of other things.
Yeah, about that. A lot of these other camps are big on woman and marrying.
So what do you mean they sell out?
They sell us. They'll know that Nate knows that the mark of the beast is really the microchip, but he'll say it's sin or something else. Because Nate came from the old school, man. Nate,
yeah.
Even with IUIC, they don't even push out the name like that. I'll tell you, the name is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah.
Mm-hmm.
The name of the Lord is Yahweh. The name of the Son is Yahweh
Shah. I heard that.
Mm-hmm. These other camps will tell you that the name doesn't matter, because these other camps, they sold out, man. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Wow.
Because these other camps, like Sakari, their leader, what's his name, Al-Azhar, he came from GMS, from Great Millstone. He knows the stuff, but he's out here bringing out the wrong stuff. Changed it and made his own thing. Those guys.
So which ones are real? Because I don't know who's real.
You gotta stick to GMS, man.
GMS?
Yeah, GMS. Great Millstone. Find up this
GMS. Okay.
Yeah, GMS. Great Millstone. Look up GMS Elders the Milk.
Those are the real Israelites.
Those are real Israelites.
What about all the other guys that be marching and all that?
Nah, those guys ain't right. Those guys
with the purple on?
No, those IUIC. Them guys ain't right. They don't even believe in the name, bro. They don't push up. They say Jesus. Look at the name.
The guy that be on the TV talking about. No, I don't believe it.
He wicked, man. He wicked. He not right.
There's something wicked about them, but I don't know.
They're more about shows. They're more about
they
making a show.
They went to They even went to They went to Israel, and they said, "See, these are the Israelites."
See, we're not supposed to even be in that land. That land of Israel is gonna get nuked, man.
Right. So they over there showing you people. And so that's the first time I saw that. I'm going damn, they over here showing people?
They're not right, man. They're not going to prepare you. What's going to happen in this country, like you said, civil war, Jacob's trouble.
Civil war's coming here.
Yeah, it's
called Jacob's trouble,
that's what's going to come down in this country.
No doubt about it.
And what GMS does, and the guys like me who follow the same thing, we're here to prepare you for that, man. And I tell you, you got to get yourself right, man.
Get yourself right.
Right? No pork,
this is coming.
No.
It's going to be a civil war here. They brought all these people here. I believe by the summertime, it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't see this place last until 2025, man. I don't know.
It's going to be chaos here, man.
Yeah.
Huh? And everybody, a lot of these people don't like us.
No, they hate us.
Yeah.
They hate it. They just hate you for just
they,
being
They
you,
came here
man.
just to take over and everything. And this guy, Joe Biden,
he can't even string his sentence together, man. He's out of it, you know. He smells little kids, and you know. But I mean, the thing is, like, if they bring Trump back, it's gonna be chaos.
my sister looking at me like I'm nothing. See?
Oh yeah, they hate us. Don't worry about them, brother.
Don't worry about them, huh?
Don't worry about them. You know,
They got a day coming.
yeah, they got their day coming. There's nothing wrong with dealing with women on this side, you know. But hey, in the kingdom, man, we'll have all the women you could ever desire, man. You'll have so much you won't even know what to do with them.
Serious, huh?
I'm serious. Listen,
The black women here is evil.
oh, don't worry about
They
them.
evil, man. They disrespect me in front of
heaven,
white men, everything. It's crazy.
in the kingdom of heaven, they'll be right. Then you'll be able to marry it. You have your black wives and you have your beautiful children, and
I don't
things
know
will
what
be right.
happened to
in the
them. They
kingdom of
gone.
heaven. Yeah, but not on this side. Don't leave them alone on this side.
Leave them alone, huh? Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah, you're right.
if you run into a decent one, you know, use your wit. Use your wit. You know, like if you deal with like a decent black woman on this side, that's one thing. But you know, on this side, don't worry about that. You know, just get into the scriptures. You know, learn who you
A lot
are.
of them sold out. It's true.
Yeah, they're all sold out. You know, just learn who you are. Go into the scriptures.
Yeah, but I'm glad you learned
stuff
me.
like that.
Say that again. GM what?
GMS.
GMF.
Great Millstone. Just look up Great Millstone on
Great
YouTube
Millstone.
and just watch the videos, brother. You'll be all right.
Those are the real ones.
Those are real ones. Don't watch anyone else, man. Forget about IUIC and ICPK. Them guys ain't right. All right, yeah, that was that. You know, I had to break it down for a brother, man. Them other camps, they ain't right. You know, IUIC, ICPK, they're more about you know, shows and looking good and shit like that, and they don't even push out the name, man. And like we all said, man, I really believe a lot of you guys are sold out. Like, you know, Sakari, you guys holding the guns and, you know, having, you know, camp rap videos and shit. You know, I really believe like you guys are some fucking cops, man. You know, like if you guys weren't cops, then you would keep that shit to yourselves if you really like that. But you're putting it and you're making a show. Which, you know, that shit tells me, man, you really a cop, man. You know, chances are you guys are some cops. But we're gonna go into the rest of this, man. Hey, man, that's the spirit, man. You know, so always a pleasure. Maybe I could, you know, sow a righteous seed in that brother's mind, you know, and that brother can go out there and go learn, you know, and you make the scriptures, make the process upon table so he may run that wicked, you know. So maybe he'll learn and maybe he'll go out and teach someone else, you know. But it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure to be able to do that. So, well, tax paid for the temple of Jerusalem was payable only by adult men between the ages of 20 and 50. The fiscus Judaicus is imposed on all Jews, including women, children, and elderly. Right, like it says in Deuteronomy 28, you know, they should have, you know, no mercy against young or old, which is, you know, talking about something else, but that just goes to the way he is, you know, the way Esau is. He has no mercy, you know, even back then, right? And even Jewish slaves, right? Which, you know, we had that too, you know, servants, you know, scriptures talk about that. We had servants of each other, you know, which is, you know, essentially an employee. You know, you're essentially like a maid or like a butler, essentially. You know, you would work with someone else. In Egypt, the documentary evidence in the form of recipients confirms the payment of tax. Confirms the payment of the tax by women and children. The oldest person from these receipts to have paid the fiscus Judaicus was a 61-year-old man, which led Sherman Leroy Wallace to conjunction the tax levy until the age of 62, as was the regular Roman poll tax paid through evidence. Poll tax paid by individuals throughout the empire. The tax continued even after the reconstruction of the Capitoline Temple for its upkeep. Right, so that's what they did. Oh shit, I gotta close out soon. But that's what they did. You know, they basically. Oh man. Oh crap. Alright. I'm gonna close out. because my phone's about to die and I still gotta get home. So I'm gonna say Kalaima, El Bashim Shah, Bashim Hakadash. Shalom to all the brothers out there. Shalom.